Hurricane Center, and we're going to be taking a look at what's going on with both Marco and Laura. As you look into the Gulf, there is Marco, which is approaching our area, and then also looking here at down south towards the Haiti, the Dominican Republic area, Jamaica and Cuba, we have Laura down here. So, all right, there we go. I'm bringing it up full now. And taking a look at what's going on here, the system is continuing to track, both systems are continuing to track either in the Gulf or towards the Gulf. We've got Marco and Laura out there right now. And I'm getting my little pointer tool out, and there is Marco. You know, the cloud tops have actually calmed down a little bit here. You're not seeing as much deep convection here, and there's a lot of shear out of the southwest, and so that may be getting to take its toll on Marco a little bit. That's going to be a player in the intensity forecast. Taking a look at this system here, Laura is also looking to be a very prominent storm, considering that there's some real high terrain here in eastern Cuba. This particular part of Cuba could have some impact on weakening it, but if it stays south of that area, and then the water's really warm and just south of Cuba here, so that could kind of offset as far as intensity. The impacts here, looks like we're going to get the outer edges of both systems. Marco will affect us tonight and tomorrow, and we're already getting some rain bands now. And then Laura affects us on Wednesday. So looking at Wednesday for a possible impact there from Laura. Higher than normal tides. Tides running about 1 to 3 feet above normal. We'll have some rough surf, some heavy rain, and isolated tornadoes are possible, especially tomorrow, as we will be in the northeast quadrant from Marco. So here we are here, and the storm will be somewhere around the mouth of the Mississippi River, maybe a little west of the mouth of the Mississippi River tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. By tomorrow afternoon, that's going to be about as close as Marco is likely to come to us. So will it be a little weaker then? That's possible. Right behind it, we have Laura, and I'll move Marco out of the way because it's going to be weakening quite a bit. It may even get absorbed by Laura as Laura moves up as a very significant hurricane. This could be over 100-mile-per-hour Category 2 type storm hitting Louisiana almost in the same place as Marco will be, and so it could be a back-to-back event with tropical systems impacting Louisiana as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. Not a good situation there. We'll look at modeling in a little bit. We're not totally done with that track on Laura. That could change some, and we've seen that a lot with tropical systems too this week, as we've been over the weekend seeing huge changes. I mean, Marco is way closer to us than we thought as far as where it's located right now. It's ahead of schedule. It's definitely defied our expectations some, and there are always changes in the forecast. That's why it's good to always be on guard when we have tropical systems in our backyard in the Gulf of Mexico, very close to us, likely to give us at least some fringe impacts. And then, you know, the thought of there being another one on the heels of this one that still has some potential to come closer to us definitely has us keeping a close eye on this for you. Now, looking at what happens with Marco. We've got Marco hooking back over to the west, and so this is going to be interesting. I mean, this track brings it in. I mean, it's close enough to us to get some impacts, and then it gets over along the Louisiana coast. We've still got, as a much weaker tropical storm, getting over towards New Iberia and Morgan City tomorrow or into Tuesday afternoon. And then by Tuesday night, late, we've got it over towards Lake Charles. It ends up as a remnant low. It's going to get potentially even a portion of the circulation could get sucked in or wrapped into a more dominant Laura coming in from the south. And Marco, what's ahead of it for Marco? This is a look at the wind shear, and this is why we expect the system to weaken. There's going to be some high wind shear, real sharp trough digging in through here, and so that's going to weaken Marco some as it lifts to the north. Now, what about us? Well, right now, we're getting rain bands. We've got rain bands coming in. These are the outer bands of Marco, and there's more offshore. There's plenty of rain out there, and that's going to be pushing in tomorrow. That's what we really got to watch out for, the tropical rain bands tomorrow. These bands right here are fairly tame that are coming through right now. We just get some squally weather and some showers. Tomorrow we have a slight risk, level 2 risk for severe weather in our area tomorrow. That would be Mobile County, a little sliver of George County, Jackson County. Marginal risk, including Pensacola, Baldwin County, North Mobile County, Greene County, George County, for possibly some tornadoes in our area. And this is an interesting animation here. If you back it up to about right there, this is Tuesday afternoon. These are the models on Marco. This is why we think it's going to turn back to the west. You see most of the lines bring it up close to the mouth of the Mississippi River and then turn it. And then, but the lines kind of get confused looking and squiggly, and this thing's just kind of meandering here off the Louisiana coast. And I think what's going to happen here is it's going to get caught up in the Laura situation. Let's look at Laura. A lot of times when you have two tropical systems and one of them is much stronger than the other, the weaker one can actually get absorbed. And here comes Laura as of 4 o'clock, a 60-mile-per-hour system. We've got it approaching the Louisiana coast on Wednesday. And looking at the modeling, oh, well, so there are obviously some differences of opinion. A lot of clustering of the models here. This is close to what the National Hurricane Center is going with, but there are a few out this way in our area. And one of those is the European model that brings it in more towards the mouth of the Mississippi River. So we got to continue to watch that for some changes. It'll depend on the strength of the ridge and the strength of the storm. And we're looking at a system that's down in Cuba right now, and so it's really difficult to pinpoint exactly where this system is going to be precisely on Wednesday. This is Sunday, and we're talking about a Wednesday system with Laura, so we'll have to watch that one closely too as it enters the Gulf of Mexico. And we're going to keep you posted here on Fox 10 News. We'll have updates this evening on the half hour, and we'll have updates also tomorrow through the day. And then we'll see. If Laura looks like it's going to go way west of us, then we'll begin to cover it a little less, but we'll just handle it within our newscast. But if it looks like we're still going to see some impacts, we'll continue to watch it. And if it comes right for us, we'll be right here, and the pieces of the puzzle will be in place for us to ramp up coverage. So always ready to adjust with our tropical coverage here on Fox 10 News. And we just want to continue to be thorough with these systems, because tropical weather is one of the biggest issues we can see weather-wise across our part of the world, across the Gulf Coast. It is a big deal for us, and we want to keep you informed. We're going to do that here on Facebook and also on Fox 10 News.